Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the after the show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome to the Tuesday KVJ after their sure podcast. Oh, yeah. How the heck is everybody here today?
We're good.
We got an event tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
It's like a company thing, but it's not the company Christmas party. It's a company Christmas party for sales. Mm-hmm. So it's like clients of the station will be there. So we have to kind of behave, I think, which is kind of annoying.
In your opinion, will we have delicious foods served?
Yeah, I think it's going to be good.
I think the food will be on point. I think
Nice.
the drinks will be on point.
All right.
But we're not going to be able to get turned because, first of all, it's a Tuesday. And second of all the clients are going to be there. So we're going to have to be, like, polite and stuff.
Speak for yourself. I think they want you to be real. They know you're a witch. Act like a witch. They don't want to talk to fucking nice Virginia. Boring. Be Virginia.
Come in there like a pirate.
And it's Tuesday, dude. It's almost Christmas. It's holiday time. Let's have some fun.
I'll have my baggage with me, my kid.
I'm trying to be positive, Kevin. I'm trying.
I know, it's not working, I can see.
But I've been kidnapped and taken hostage going down Negative Alley.
Clearly not working here.
I just like a weekend party when I can get turned. I like to take full advantage of an open bar. When it presents itself,
Yeah.
I want to be able to get in it, baby.
You like to attack it hard.
Yes, open bars don't come across all the time. Open bars are special.
And you can also have some, drinks and not be a fucking lunatic as well. You can kind of chill, do what a Ralston does.
What? What's that like?
It is definitely. I hung out with Kevin over the break. Thanksgiving was drinking with him, and I've drank with you. It's definitely different vibes for sure.
Well, Kevin used to drink like me, but he's a quitter.
Not a quitter. I'm still there.
You don't go as hard as you used to.
You just got vampire strength. I don't know how you do it. If I drink your amount, like I'm leveled for 4 days.
The best thing that's ever happened to our show is the fact that Kevin keeps it together. It is. We can't have three fucking cowboys going amok and crazy. we wouldn't.
Says who?
We wouldn't be signing that new contract. I can tell you that.
I don't know.
Someone's got to
that.
keep a little bit of law around here.
I don't know how y'all keep up. I look at Virginia, I'm amazed. I drank on Saturday, and I think I feel it a little bit.
Still?
I swear to God, I think
It's
I do.
Tuesday.
I know.
It happens. I'm the same way. I drank on Saturday night. I still feel a little sluggish from
You
it.
probably drank last night.
I did a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. I had
Hair of the
night-
dog, man.
a
Hair of the
night-
dog.
A night.
He's trying to say it was Saturday when he drank last night.
I took Sunday off.
It's good.
Yeah.
You want to be like Kevin, but you are like Virginia.
Maybe I'm a hybrid. I don't go as hard as you do, but I'm not as responsible as Kevin. I don't know. I'm that medium porridge. No, I'm a fucking lunatic too.
In my mind, it's amazing if I'm considered, because in any circle, I would be labeled as the alcoholic.
Not here.
You are. Oh my
You're a
gosh.
Boy Scout.
You're who I go to if I need to. I don't know. Take a meeting or something.
Or get it together.
Yeah.
You're the sober coach.
You're the sober cuts. I'm saying I got to schedule a sober meeting with Kevin.
Which just baffles my mind, because any other group, he's got a problem.
Oh, my friends are just like me. It's awesome.
Well,
you gotta find crazy people and just run with that tribe.
Well, it's not that even a lot of my friends are doing anything that crazy, but a lot of people I know do like to drink. They like to get a buzz and have a good time. And I know that's not for everybody, but it does seem people in my circles do like a drink or two.
I think it's about how hard you go when you do drink. So, look, you could drink all the time, but are you going all in? Are you getting completely blasted? Or are you, just having 3, 4 tops?
7, 12.
Right. That's ultimately the question, I think, when it comes to drinking.
Yeah.
Because you could be, they're very boring, reputable people have that nightcap. They go home and have a nightcap. But that would be the most they'd ever drink. They're always one and done. Always.
Yeah, my nightcap was a little bigger than your average nightcap, first of all. Let's be honest.
His cap is a 10-gallon hat.
No, I drink. You're right. And I was going to try to.
Normally, Panda doesn't even drink, but I won him over on Thanksgiving. I don't know. I started drinking at like noon on Thanksgiving. And then, like around 6 p.m., finally, Panda was like, all right, I want to get in it too. So, Panda started drinking with me on Thanksgiving. We kept the party going till like.
Wow, how about that?
8 or 9 p.
Well, Panda took me home for Thanksgiving. This is before the drinking started for him.
Yeah.
I feel like Virginia roofied me. She kept throwing, have another one. I'm like, I'm good. I'm kind of full from the fucking food.
You need a fireball.
Here, take another one. I'm like, all right. Drink. And then 30 minutes later.
He slept on my rug.
It was a nice sleep, too. You had great pizza. I slept good. I don't know.
Need that more often.
I'm coming over for Christmas.
Sweet.
If you make that pizza, my ass will be there with bells on.
I'll be making that pizza for the naughty party.
Right.
Some of the emails that we got here today. Joe, he said, absolutely love you guys, mean it. But after Spotify enlightened me that I've spent 42,000 minutes over the last year listening to you, I'm not questioning if I have a problem. It's okay. It's a good problem to have. We all got our own problems. I was wondering if you guys could do some sort of Hall of Fame or post where fans can put up their Spotify numbers. I want to see if I'm normal. You're on the higher end. I saw some 39,000, 35, 39,000 minutes over the last year that people had sent us. But yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know how we could do that, but it'd be a fun way to have people post up how much they've listened to us on Spotify over the last year.
It's pretty weird. I don't know if you ever are in the car and Best Of will come on and you happen to be in the car and hear our show. Dude, there's been times where I've been in the car and someone will put it on and you hear it as a person would hear it on the radio.
If I'm by myself, I can listen to it. If there are other people in the car, I cannot listen to us.
Well, I'm saying not you or anybody, but I'm mainly saying for myself. You just don't realize how much stupid shit you say when you listen back.
I know. That's why I don't want to listen to it with other people. I know I'm dumb.
I know I say a lot of stupid shit, but when you're forced to listen to yourself in a car with other people, you go, oh, fine, turn it down.
And then they look at the radio, they look at you, and they look at the radio and they look at you, and you're like, what? I'm dumb. Sorry.
Got follow-up comment. He said, one day I'll make it down from Cape Canaveral to an event. Would love to see you sometime, Joe. Would love
we
to
might
see
be
you.
coming up to you, not all that way, but we might meet you halfway.
Yeah.
In the new year, we're trying to put together those live Friday podcasts.
Mm-hmm. We're trying.
We're trying.
We should probably not even talk about it until it happens.
No, I'm going to talk about it because I believe in the secret. I'm going to secret this shit into happening.
I got a secret.
Secret is it ain't happening.
There's my secret. Oh,
Secret is-
oh fuck, secret's out.
Everyone's trying to cock block it.
Got a comment from Heidi on Suits and the movies he watches. So I suggested Stand By Me and other movies in an email. And I was so happy that Suits did the review. He said that it got a 70 and that he wouldn't watch it a second time.
That's crazy to me.
To each his own, but I thought that the whole point of the movie was him describing like why he doesn't like some things. Would you please have him describe in more detail, like the critics, on what he does or doesn't like about the movie specifically?
The weirdest thing happened. I missed Suits' review the other day. Me and Denny's went to go get something to drink.
You were in the kitchen.
And we had a heart-to-heart in the kitchen. And then I look at the clock and go, oh, fuck, I think we're on the air. And
You missed the whole segment.
Not only were we on the air, I missed the entire segment.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
You did walk in like as soon as I said the last word.
All right,
man.
just do it again because he didn't hear it. And she wants you to elaborate more. Say what you liked. Say what you didn't like.
Classics.
Did it drag? Was it hokey?
So I don't think it was either hokey or it wasn't that long of a movie, so I don't think it dragged too much. It just didn't suck me into the storyline as much as I was expecting, because you guys have given me some fantastic, great movies, and not everything can be at that level. And
Yeah.
I didn't feel like Stand By Me was at the same level of
I kind
some of these
agree
other
with-
ones.
I think Stand By Me is kind of boring.
It was okay, but I just wasn't sucked into the storyline. It
The
was
one
solid.
Thing, the one thing I can kind of tell you about the storyline, it's a bunch of friends, and it's one of those things. I think it's supposed to stoke the nostalgia that we all have about those moments when we hung out with friends, kind of like maybe as a Stranger Things kind of thing. And it went back and had the music that older people would have liked at that time. But it is kind of uneventful. They walk down railroad tracks, they find a dead body, and that's kind of the movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was my thing with it. There were a couple of moments where I got a little bit more into the movie, but I just felt like, okay, they're walking, they're talking to each other. There were some heavy moments, but it just didn't really strike me as, wow, that was a great movie when I was done with it.
It's like a sugar cookie. It's not your favorite cookie, but it's still a cookie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad by any means, but it just wasn't great. So that's why I gave it the 70. I didn't want to put it at the same level as some of those other movies I really liked.
Yeah, I
'Cause
got
I didn't
you.
think it deserved that.
I think the reason
Bird
why
wants to argue.
I'm not saying nothing. I haven't said a fucking word.
You're over there scowling,
I just-
nodding your head
just-
like you're pissed.
What was the kid's name that they were looking for?
They were looking for, oh my God, I just had it. And I even watched the Family Guy spoof too. What's his, oh my God. It's Ray Brower.
Okay,
Ray Brower.
Ray Brower. Thank you,
Yeah.
Suits. All
I
right.
see. That just goes to show you, though, if that was a really good movie, I didn't forget Kaiser Sose.
Oh, damn. That's a Suits
Wow, that's
dig.
a shot fired right there.
Fuck you, Suits.
Pew, 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 pew.
And it does have a bunch of music from the 50s.
Which I know Kevin would have hated. Actually, I was thinking that watching it.
That song's terrible.
When Lollipop came on, I'm like, I get why Kevin hates the 50s. These songs are terrible.
There are some 50 songs that are some bullshit. You're right.
Yeah.
Lollipop.
Oh my God.
Anything.
Boom, boom, boom. Wow.
Anytime they go bum bum, or someone goes, "Hey, baby,"
Yeah.
it's a shitty song.
Terrible.
Hey, baby, this song is shitty.
Fuck, well, I think I hate Stand By Me now.
I convinced you.
There you go.
We talked him out of
That's
it.
powerful, Suits. Okay, she wanted more, she got it.
Thank you, Suits.
No problem.
Yes, and Bird heard it for the first time.
Yeah, it's great. It's great segment.
Richard said, I got a question for Bird. What was your favorite Twilight Zone episode?
Oh my gosh, are you setting me up for a snore?
No. Legit wants to know.
There's one where a little boy's got these mind powers and he can control things with his mind. It's a great episode.
Is it like the movie Zapped?
No, it's way better. It's way better. Zapped,
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. Zapped is a shitty movie with Scott Baio.
You ever heard of the movie Zapped, Virginia?
Never.
It is Scott Baio, first off.
Okay, it's
Chachi.
already shitty.
And it's his buddy that was in everything with him, I think. Because I haven't seen it since I was a kid. But his mind power was he could zap girls' tops off.
Yeah, that does not fly today. I'm not sure that.
So he'd just walk around and like girls' tops would fly off. And it was a big old titty movie, and that's all it was.
Okay, I'm back in.
Yeah.
It actually sounds
I have to
fun.
have Suits watch Zapped.
Suits, you gotta watch that.
There's another Twilight Zone called Will the Real Martian Stand Up? And it's an awesome one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Martian, huh?
He only asked you your favorite one. You didn't have to go and give a TED talk about it.
Fuck you. You know what? Fuck Suits. And fuck you.
Favorite means one. Sit
I'm
down.
just so tickled. Someone's asking me about Twilight Zone. Oh, let me have a moment, please. Fuck. Good God.
You had a moment. You didn't get two.
No one gives a shit about the Twilight Zone.
It is fun to make fun of.
I get it.
Something else old we were talking about today was a conspiracy theory around the Titanic and how it was sunk for insurance money. We got an email here from Exar who said the Titanic was one of 3 identical ships. There is another theory that says that the Rothschilds were actually responsible for the sinking of the ship that was done because they wanted to start a centralized banking system, and all of those that opposed them were on board the Titanic. And then, lo and behold, less than a year after the sinking of the ship, the Federal Reserve is born.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Now, that would be pretty amazing if that's what they did. They killed off all the people that opposed it and, Here we got the Federal Reserve as a result. Okay, that's good.
You can't trust people whenever there's money involved.
Well, she's right. And anytime there's competition, well, just look at human history. As far as you can go back, you can find someone cheating and trying to find, whether it's sports.
Shady.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you know why sometimes people, the KVJ Nationers, don't get YouTube notifications? I'm seeing so many comments going, I just got the notification. What the fuck, guys?
No.
That's bullshit.
It gave it to them late?
Yeah, sometimes they won't even get it.
So they missed Suits' movie review?
They missed. This is the movie review. All right, Suits, get back in here.
Suits has got to do it for a third time.
Third time, baby. I think Kevin would just walk out.
Yeah, I gotta go.
He's on the verge.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I think I'd walk out too.
Yeah, I think you just have to, unfortunately, if you got in late, just go back and, watch up to what you saw. I mean, that is the one good thing is that it, exists.
It saves
there
it. It
afterwards,
lives.
So it may be annoying just to jump in halfway, though. So I get that. Yeah, I don't know why any of these social platforms do what they do.
They fuck us over so much. I'm not trying to play poor victim here, but we get fucked over a lot on some of this shit. I feel like there's a bug in our system.
Oh, they're giving it to you raw dog on TikTok.
I'm getting raw dog left and right on TikTok.
TikTok hates him. He's bringing us all down, Kev.
They flagged us for me putting my IRS check up, and I covered all of the information.
Yeah.
I can't do an IRS check update about how they get.
I thought
Fuck you, TikTok.
You put your finger over all like the pertinent stuff. You just wanted to show the dollar amount that the IRS accidentally sent you, which I think is crazy because the IRS never makes a mistake in your favor.
I'm just gonna go back to uploading a bunch of weird shit up on YouTube again. YouTube doesn't fuck me over like a.
I think every platform is this way, and it is a real problem that is going on because they can't figure out on any platform what to allow and what not to allow. This is the whole discussion about Twitter right now. And then keep in mind, you've got all these people that are going in trying to make judgment calls, and they're trying to follow some kind of guidelines, but I think what's happening at a lot of these social media platforms is they look at the rules, but they're like, I don't know, that's gray area. And it depends upon who you get. You have the one person that will probably let everything fly, and then you get somebody else that lets nothing fly.
It's all depending on whoever the joker is that is denying or accepting your post.
Yeah.
And maybe they have a bunch of people, they don't share a brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the whole argument. I'm following the story of what's going on with Twitter, and that's the real big fight right now is who you're allowing on there, whose posts you're banning, what stories you're taking down, and for why, and who's making these judgment calls. And there's so much fighting about it. And I think that's really the same with every platform right now. They just don't have it standardized enough.
I feel bad because I've been really watching my titties and my clitties with what we're doing on TikTok. I'm not trying to put any stunty kind of things or anything that's going to get us kicked off. So when that happens, that was my video that I'd put up. We're in TikTok jail right now. So anything we put up, our numbers are going to be fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So just to put that on your radar, that's why.
TikTok hates us right now.
We got in a violation for that IRS thing, and
which is so stupid.
I apologize.
If you want to put your personal information on TikTok, you should be allowed to.
I don't care if I fuck up my accounts, but I don't want to slow anybody down with KVJ, and that's what's happened.
It's a stupid violation.
It is.
It's probably where they have a rule where it's like no personal numbers are allowed, and one person saw that and was like, well, I think I see a personal number, and that my boss told me take it down.
Yep.
And that's...
You're right.
But if you had any kind of rationale, you'd be like, it's not showing anything. You're not doxing anybody.
But meanwhile, Big Titty Tanya, well, look at my IRS check. Oh, here's my tits. And she's got 9 million views.
Right.
It doesn't make sense, Virginia.
I got to
get
Big Titty Tanya last.
I gotta get nice tits.
One of your tits is nice.
It's not. It's not, actually.
It's bigger.
It's worse. The problem's bigger.
James is following up to what we were talking about with cruise ships, about how they have their own morgue and body bags that they have to keep separate from the kitchen is the ruling on international sailing ships. And he said cruise ships used to keep the bodies in the kitchen walk-in coolers where they stored the flowers. Eesh.
Whoa.
That would be crazy. Hey,
Kitchen,
smell the flowers. So it
walk-in
smells like a
cooler.
decomposing body.
Oh.
I guess a dead body starts to smell relatively quickly, like super quick. If Virginia dies, we're gonna smell it real
I'd
soon.
imagine they get stale within a day.
Yeah, I
They
think
start
I
getting
think
a
it
little
does.
gamey.
But I think if you put it on ice, you're better.
Oh, I think
Yeah,
it is
you are.
better. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think though, as soon as you die, it starts to really
Right away.
kind of turn on you.
That's how they tricked up the cops in this one murder. They had taken this girl and they killed her, but they put her in a fridge. And so she didn't start decomposing. And then they waited like 6 months and then they dumped her body. But people thought that, she had just been killed recently because the
Throw
cold.
off the timeline.
Yeah, threw off the timeline. The cold preserved the body.
Gosh, there's some great interrogation videos that are on there. I just love seeing a murderer go in, get called into the police station, thinking they have got one up on the cops. And the cops got all this information. They already know they're lying. But you see these motherfuckers trying to get out of it, and you see it progressively go bad for them. And then you catch the moment where you go, they know it's
Gotcha.
over. They know you're going they know they're going down, and I love it. It's good, and some police interrogation people are better than others. Some really suck.
Some are terrible.
Terrible.
I think if you get murdered in a small town and that small town doesn't have like cops that know how to murder interrogate, they can botch the whole fucking thing up.
I guess the key is to. One of the things with the interrogation, you try to get them on your side. They trust you, but then there's a point where you got to go in and get a little
Flip it.
a little aggressive with them when you kind of got them scared and in the corner. There's a whole art to it.
Yeah, we had that in my small town of Logan. Just 7,000 people, and back when I was a kid, and they murdered those 2 teenagers, and they dismembered their bodies, chopped off all their arms and legs, and chucked the heads down the river.
Pretty horrifying.
I mean, that's as horrifying as you can get.
Pretty bad.
The police got a call where somebody said, yeah, I see these 2 guys. It was like Heckle and Jekyll, and they're all covered in blood just walking into their house. And he's like, yeah, let me take a note down. He wrote it down on a Post-it, put it somewhere, and it got lost up in a shuffle of papers. And it was years later, they're going, hey, did you ever give me that note? Like, oh, no, I forgot about it. Yeah,
2 guys covered in blood, night of the murders.
Go figure. It was those 2 guys that killed him.
They were the ones.
And it was about like 25 years later they finally solved it.
Wow.
And it was just a Post-it note that was sitting on the desk.
It's insane how many times that's the storyline on some of these cold cases where I told you guys last week, they'll interview a guy right when the crime happens, but he wasn't under.
He had an alibi.
He had an alibi.
Yeah.
When the police just didn't sniff him out, and then they find 20 years later he's the one that killed the person. Damn. It's crazy, man. You're right.
is.
Shitty police work. That's what happened with the Adam Walsh case.
Yeah.
Shitty police work.
Okay, well, you figure. There's a lot of people bad at their jobs.
I mean, think about it. If you come to work and you're bad at your job, you just did a bad radio show.
Yeah.
If they come to work and are bad at it, Adam Walsh's murderer gets away.
Well, back
Yeah.
in the day, too, some police departments didn't have the budget or money. So if a murder would happen, they'd go out there and they'd take photos, but they were instructed to say, don't take too many photos. We only got 24 pictures left. This film
we can't
cost a
pay
lot.
for film.
So you'll have a murder scene from the 60s or 70s that only have 8 or 9 photos to it. Nowadays, there's, thousands
Right.
of them.
Yeah.
But that can hinder a case when you
Damn.
only got 13 photos when you should have had about 1,300 of them.
Wow.
You guys following this murder that happened in Idaho at all?
I am.
Yeah, I'm watching it because I'm obsessed with the fact that there's no information.
It's odd. I don't remember a murder like this, and that's what they're saying is that 4 people were brutally stabbed in a house that had 2 other people that are unaware that it even went down.
Do you feel like you could sleep through something like that?
I don't. I would have to be the only way if I were really hammered, maybe. But I think even when I'm really hammered, I still kind of have a tendency to wake up. Like I could be really hammered and I'll sleep for 3 or 4 hours and I'm pretty much back to sober, but just a little hazy. But then I sleep lightly at that point.
Now, if you systematically went room for room, if everybody was in a room by themselves, I'm not sure if they were or not, but if you went
There's
into a room,
conflicting reports on that too.
if you're sleeping and you attack someone in their sleep and you know what you're doing, there's a way to kill somebody, I'm sure, where it doesn't make that much sound. That's what Bundy would do.
I would think stabbing somebody in 4 different people None of those 4 that were murdered woke up before they started getting stabbed.
It's odd. You're right. You would think some sound would be made.
And I think 2 of the girls were stabbed in the same bed. It's just, and then the fact that in the same house, 2 other people just, I guess, slept through the whole thing. I just don't know how you off 4 people. And it doesn't sound like it was just like one stab. Like each person got a lot.
And what sucks is, let's say you are innocent and you are the 2 people that slept there but didn't get stabbed. Everyone's looking at you.
They don't seem to have them at all as any kind of person of interest.
That's
They're
crazy.
Like, oh, okay. You just slept through it. All right. Well, all right.
I think they were young. I think they're young girls, and I think that they were just like traumatized by the whole thing, and they found the roommates and they called 911, and they were just like freaked out. I don't think they had anything to do with it.
I stopped watching it about a week and a half ago. It just seemed like everyone was saying the same thing over and over again.
They are, and it's going nowhere. I think they're waiting on some kind of forensics to come back in the next day or 2, but
the one girl had a stalker, but they don't think that the stalker had anything to do with it.
It's odd. The 2 people were in the house.
What?
And the
They
stalker
had nothing to do with it. And the stalker, he's fine. And the guy in the white conversion van that was sitting in the driveway, nope, I'm sure he was fine too.
Here's the crazy thing. I don't think people realize how common, or more common than stalking happens to a lot of people. Now, it's not.
Yeah.
It may not be the level of someone's trying to break into your house, but a stalking-like situation or stalking light happens to a lot of people. It's crazy.
It does, yeah. There's a lot of really insane people out there.
There is, and there's a spectrum of the insanity.
Well, and what's scary is I think there's a lot of people out there that have murderer's mentality that just haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Or they're...
If pushed to that level, they're just waiting, and one day they drift into that dark world. They're capable of it now. They have everything, the mental makeup of a murderer. It just hasn't been something they've done yet.
Oh, I believe that. I believe that big time. I believe there's just a spectrum of being a psycho.
Right.
And that level can go all the way up to murder. Maybe you're not going to be a murderer, but you'll do everything up to that line.
Right. And that's the problem that we have, is so many of us probably have known somebody that we say they have the mental makeup of a murderer. But if you don't have a dead body and they haven't done anything yet, I guess you just got to wait until they finally murder.
And I would even throw the light stalking. Let's say you're a female that works at a store. Okay, I'm going on a personal situation here. You got a guy that comes in there. He doesn't buy anything, and all he does is hang around the counter and creeps you out and says... always talking about your appearance, always making you feel uncomfortable, and he's always there, and you don't want him there. That happens to a lot of people, and you can't. If you're the female, you're working there, so you're in a terrible spot because now he's technically a customer. It's a bad place to be.
Yeah, somebody was talking in the chat, I think it was earlier, maybe during the regular show. There was a case where a guy was shopping, and he gets detained and arrested for stalking at his local grocery store. And there was some girl that they just kept coincidentally going down the same aisle. She was convinced he was stalking her. She goes and gets somebody, says, you need to call the police. I've got somebody that is here stalking me. Police show up. He's getting ready to check out, and they arrest him. And they had some video. Luckily, they looked at the store surveillance, and they realized that even though he's walking down the thing, he wasn't even looking at him.
Oh, that's the opposite.
He wasn't even paying attention.
I'm talking about the guy who is creepy. Yeah, that guy. That's terrible.
But that's the other side of it.
You're
He's
right.
like, and here he is in front of the store. He's got his hands behind his back, and she's screaming, he's stalking me. And he's like, what? I was here to get cereal.
Because you're right. The situation I'm talking about, if the guy was put to the fire, go, I'm just in here looking at product. I'm doing nothing wrong. Meanwhile, he's making her very uncomfortable, talking about the clothes she's wearing, how it looks on her, making her feel very uneasy.
Yeah.
And no one wants that shit, but technically...
And you're almost afraid that if you get to the point that they're doing the obvious, really creepy signs, how much further before they snap and they go off.
Right. Yeah. And then you hope you catch them right before they cross that line, but you probably won't.
Are you that? Yeah. Are they the kind of person that is? Where are they on that psycho spectrum?
Oh yeah, on that. Yeah.
Yeah. If they're mad on Monday, more mad on Tuesday, and then they murder on Wednesday, boy, you better hope you run into them on Monday, not Wednesday.
But I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, having somebody making them feel uncomfortable, and there's not much they can do about that. You're at a job or something, and you're kind of forced to be there, and they won't leave. That sucks.
Sucks bad. Mm-hmm. That's when you got to go vigilante.
A lot of people in the chat talking about people that they knew before they murdered.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, GWB said I had three convicted murderers. I knew them before they got caught. Thankfully, I'm still alive.
It's weird. I told you about the guy I went to I grew up with him in Lake Park, and I went to high school with him, and we just never liked this guy. And he murdered his wife here locally. In the
Abacoa guy.
Yeah,
I remember.
He was the best way to describe him was a little bitch. Always complain. On the baseball field, he'd be crying. Big motherfucker, too. Big guy. Really good basketball player.
Did you feel like he had a murderer's mentality?
Never would have put that on. I didn't know him on that level. I just knew that we were on the baseball team. He was on the basketball team. And he was dating somebody that our crew liked, and he was an asshole. He just was always a little bitch. Always a whiny fuck.
Okay.
Hope he doesn't get out.
He's murdered before.
I'm all talking
You know.
when someone's in the clink.
He's doing nothing but listening to this right now.
Just rage. Fuck that Pennington.
He's doing push-ups.
Lifting. Yeah. He's getting
He's got a
tat.
picture of you on the wall. He looks at it and then does like 800
You
push-ups.
gonna call me a little bitch, motherfucker? You ever hear yourself after you lose no name movie game?
Oh, man. All right, got some other emails here, including one from Laura. She said, we know that Christian Wilkins listens to y'all on the regular show and is a KVJ Nationer. But listening you talk about the Dolphins' loss on the show today made me wonder if he's ever listening when you're talking about that and how he reacts. Does he just shut it off or does he shake it off?
I don't think we go hard on the Dolphins anymore, do we?
No. This was when they were really tanking and not doing well. And it just, you didn't know. This is before the Mike McDaniel year.
They're cleaning it up over there.
Yeah.
It's getting tight.
And that's how we knew Christian was. He texted in saying, hey, you're talking about my Dolphins there. And I'm like, look, I'm a fan too. He's like, I'm not a fan. I'm a player. And I'm like, what? And so that's how it all kind of came around.
We were talking shit, and he was still cool with us. And I honestly, I think he'd be hard-pressed, at least on my end. Since we've been friends with him, I've tried not to talk any shit about the Dolphins because I don't want him to think, we're being dicks to him.
Luckily,
he's so nice.
in the last years, this has been a great year for the Dolphins.
It's easy to talk shit about a team you're not friends with, but as soon as you become friends with somebody, you're like, oh man, that's my friend. I don't want to talk bad about my friend.
I didn't give really a shit about the Dolphins now. It's like, go fucking Fins!
Yeah. Well, they made it a lot easier because they weren't even, instead of like 8-4 where they are now, they're like 4-8.
They made it easy to make jokes.
The timing is perfect now, though, for us because they're doing great and we're friends with Christian Wilkins. Mm-hmm. So it's very easy to love on the Dolphins.
Well, he's a cool motherfucker. He's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to diss the Dolphins and say shit that,
I talk to him in the DMs all the time. When season is over, he wants us all to go out to dinner together.
I love it.
doubt.
I'm down.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you name the date, you name the place, we will be there.
Yeah.
And we won't say it ever on the radio ahead of time so you don't get bum rushed by 8,000 Dolphins fans.
What are you talking about? You say everything on the radio. You're fucked, Christian.
Yeah, maybe you don't tell me ahead of time. Just tell Kevin and Jason.
Mm-hmm. I did see he got beat up a little bit on Sunday. Oh. His knee was hurting a little bit, so hope he's doing all right.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, he'll be all right. It's tough.
Football's tough, man.
It
I don't know
really
how
is.
they play. They get the shit kicked out of them, and then they play again 7 days later.
Well, imagine every dirt of the day, me or Kevin had to fucking sack you,
Right.
and then you got to go on with your day.
Keep trying to keep going.
Who would you be the least afraid of getting sacked from the show? If you knew you're going to get sacked, who doesn't put the fear in you?
I don't think any of you would bring it full force.
No, we wouldn't. But if we had to go full gorilla. There was nothing we could do about it. Who would you fear the least?
Okay, probably Suits.
Okay.
Then Denny's.
Okay.
Then Kevin. And Mac Truck over here doesn't know how to go in light.
No. He is. You're getting hurt somehow.
I can't even whisper.
You are.
I think I'm whispering, and it's actually louder than my voice.
You're the human equivalent of just a dump truck.
Have you ever heard me and Virginia try to whisper?
While we're drinking.
Yeah, especially with a couple of drinks. It's insane.
You're going to hear it tonight.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get this fucking thing going.
I can't. Damn it.
It's almost the end of the year, dude. We're having
know.
fun.
Yeah.
Holiday season.
It is. It's like everything is just all holiday parties. It's like everybody's already kind of in half-ass mode.
I can feel that a bit.
It's kind of got that air to it.
It does. Everybody's ready to let loose.
I am down. I got right off the bat, as soon as we go on vacation, I got parties galore. I got the witches naughty party.
Yeah.
Bigfoot's having a party.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of good stuff going off.
Palm Beach Food and Wine is this weekend. My
Yep.
girlfriend's having a Christmas party.
Okay.
And then our company party's on Monday.
Oh, that's when we get a real turn.
Them crazy Monday night ragers.
Ooh, I hope they have those French onion
Bread,
hors d'oeuvres.
mini bread bowls.
Oh, Fat Kevin,
Big fan of those.
You would fuck these. Oh, they were so good.
Remember that year that they gave you a whole Tupperware full of them to bring home?
I do. I remember the year you had them in your purse.
I did.
And she kept bringing them out. It was like a fucking clown car. She kept
stole 'em off the
more,
buffet.
and she kept bringing. I'm like, you are my homegirl.
I had a Ziploc bag in my car for some reason. So I went up to the buffet. They had like
Yeah.
a hot chafing dish full of them. And I just dumped it in my bag and sealed up the Ziploc and stuffed the Ziploc in my purse.
There's nothing more exciting on this planet when somebody gifts you one of your favorite delicious snacks, and you're not expecting it. It's a
Yeah.
windfall of snack.
Your snack giver.
Is there a better feeling
It's pretty awesome.
other than the Big O?
It's kind of weird if someone gives you that at work.
The Big O.
That would be on at the company Christmas party, no doubt. All right, well, we got parties to get off to. Thank you guys for all the emails.
Parties to get off at.
Yeah.
All right.
Mail at kvjshow.com. You can always send us in your emails. You have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.